Hey everyone, Andy, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm taking you along for a full day in my life as a program manager. You'll see how we juggle my daily tasks, manage different projects, and stay productive. But today has a little twist. A super urgent request just came in from the top. So, stick around to see how I handle the pressure and get everything done. Let's get this day started. The first thing I do every morning, even before my first cup of coffee, is check my calendar and my task list. I use a mix of digital tools and a good old-fashioned notebook. This gives me a clear overview of my meetings for the day and the key priorities for each of my programs. Today, I've got a budget review for Project Alpha, a sync up with the development team for Project Beta, and I need to prep for our quarterly stakeholder presentation. It looks like a packed day, but that's pretty standard. The key is to have a plan. I usually block out my time for specific tasks, which helps me stay focused and avoid getting sidetracked. Okay, coffee's ready. Let's dive into some emails. I try to spend no more than 30 minutes on emails first thing in the morning. I quickly scan for anything urgent, flag what needs a detailed response later, and archive the rest. This keeps my inbox from becoming a monster. My goal is to get to a zero inbox state by the end of the day. But let's be real, that's a rare victory. Okay, looks like there are a few updates from the Project Alpha team. The budget numbers are in, so I'll spend the next hour reviewing those spreadsheets before our meeting. It is all about the details here. I need to make sure every line item aligns with our project scope and the resource allocation. Wish me luck with these numbers. Alright, the budget review for Project Alpha is done. It was a good session. We identified a few areas where we could optimize costs, which is always a win. We updated the project documentation and sent out the meeting minutes with clear action items for the team. This is a crucial step. Clear communication and defined next steps are what keep a project moving forward. Without them, you end up with confusion and delays. Now, I have a quick 30-minute window before my next meeting with the dev team. I am going to use this time to grab a quick and healthy snack and review the latest progress reports for Project Beta. It is important to find these small pockets of time to recharge and prepare for what is next. Just wrapped up the sync with the development team for Project Beta. They're making amazing progress on the new feature rollout, but they've hit a minor technical hurdle. This is a classic program manager moment. My job isn't to solve the technical problem myself. I have brilliant engineers for that. My role is to facilitate the conversation, make sure they have the resources they need, and understand the potential impact on our timeline. We brainstormed a couple of solutions, and the lead engineer is confident they can resolve it by tomorrow. I've updated our project risk log and will be monitoring this closely. It's all about anticipating challenges and managing them before they become major roadblocks. Okay, here's where the day takes an interesting turn. I just got an instant message and a follow-up email from our vice president. There's an urgent need for a new business case proposal. A potential high-value partnership has emerged, and they need a full analysis and the proposal deck on their desk by the end of the day tomorrow. This is what we call a drop everything task. It comes straight from the top, and it immediately becomes my number one priority. My carefully planned afternoon of prepping for the quarterly presentation, that's going to have to wait. My first step is to stay calm. Panic doesn't help anyone. The second step is to quickly assess the situation. So, the first thing I did was acknowledge the request immediately. A simple "got it, I'm on it" lets leadership know you've seen the message and are taking ownership. Next, I need to understand exactly what's required. The VP gave me a high-level brief, but I need more details. I've requested a quick 15-minute call with her to clarify the scope, key stakeholders, and the exact deliverables she's looking for. While I wait for that call, I'm reprioritizing my entire task list for today and tomorrow. The quarterly presentation prep will have to be rescheduled. I'm checking my calendar to see which meetings I can delegate or postpone. This is where having a good relationship with your team is essential. I'll need to pull in experts from finance, marketing, and legal to get the data for this proposal. Okay, I just got off the call with the VP. I have a much clearer picture now. The goal is to outline the strategic value, potential ROI, resource requirements, and the risks of this new partnership. I have my marching orders. Now it's time to assemble my sprint team. I've already sent out messages to the key people I need to collaborate with. I'm framing the request clearly, explaining the urgency and the deadline, and being very specific about what I need from each of them. For example, I've asked our finance analyst for revenue projections and our marketing lead for market analysis data. The key to making this work on such a tight deadline is effective delegation and trusting your team to deliver their part. The collaboration is in full swing. We've set up a shared document where everyone can input their information in real time. This is so much more efficient than emailing documents back and forth. I'm acting as the central hub, consolidating all the information and starting to build the narrative for the proposal deck. My main job now is to craft a compelling story that connects all the data points. Why is this partnership a good idea? What problem does it solve? What's the vision for success? I'm structuring the presentation to be clear, concise, and persuasive. Leadership doesn't have time to wait through pages of dense text. They need the key takeaways presented in a way that's easy to digest and act upon. It's getting late, but we're making incredible progress. The team has been fantastic, providing all the data I needed. We spent the last couple of hours weaving it all together into a coherent and powerful proposal. The slides are taking shape, and the story is coming to life. This is the part of my job I love the most, taking complex information and simplifying it into a clear strategy. I'm doing one final review of the draft before calling it a night. Tomorrow morning, I'll do a fresh proofread, polish the design, and then send it off for review by the team before it goes to the VP. It's been a crazy, unexpected day, but honestly, these are the challenges that make the job exciting. You have to be adaptable and ready to pivot at a moment's notice. And that's a wrap on a very long but very productive day. We went from a normal, planned-out schedule to a high-stakes, urgent task from leadership. It really shows that as a program manager, you can't just be a planner, you have to be a problem solver.